Josh Taylor, King lightweight, no gi.
All right, Dan.
Josh Taylor from...
Dan, it's open mat.
Neutral ground. Josh Taylor, neutral ground, mat 4.
It's just like Scott, Dan, just like Scott. Dan, get your guard. Dan, settle your guard. There you go, Dan. Settle your guard, Dan. Don't let him pass like that.
Keep the hooks on.
There you go, Dan. There you go. Play your game, Dan. You're looking good.
Look at Dan. He's all smiles down there. He's just all smiles. He's so happy to be out there with me. You put the shirt for the referee.
Dan, it's just open mat. There you go, Dan.
Yes, he's all smiles.
Come on, Jeff. Let's move.
You're doing good, Dan. You're looking good. You're looking normal. There you go, Dan. There you go, Dan. Dan, get it. Dan, get it. Get it, Dan. Get it, Dan. Dan, get that. Lock it up. Lock it. Oh, Dan, you almost had it.
He's the Borovic.
Dan, come on, man. Jeez. Don't give it to him, Dan.
Got him right where you want him, Dan.
Yep, you got right where you want him.
Set in the trap. Shoulders on the mat.
Play your game, Dan. There you go, Dan. Get up on top of that. Nice. Dan, it's open mat. I would have went nuts.
I mean, like, he has the kind of triangle armbar that you get hit on any side. Doesn't matter who you are.
You caught Caprito. That's what I was telling you both mentioned. You caught Caprito, you catch him. Come on, Dan. Play your game.
Go, Dan.
Dan, remember some passes.
Open mat 1.
There you go, Dan.
Joe Mahanet from
Dan, get that foot out of there. Dan, get his foot out.
Oscar Canto from Throwbridge. Aaron Reimer from Core Combat. And Nick Strauss from Green
Dan, don't
Bay.
give him that, Dan.
Mat 1.
All right, Dan, you're back in your guard. Play your game.
Gi. Light guys, gi.
Dan, it's your bread and butter. Dan, don't give him that. Dan, what are you doing? Dan, protect yourself.
Let's go, Dan.
Ah, shit. There you go, Dan. Dan, there you go. Nice. Nice work, Dan. Nice defense. Dan, it's open mat. Go for it again, Dan. Watch that, Dan. Watch that arm. There you go.
Foot in the bicep.
Get up, Dan. You're looking great, Dan. There you go, Dan. Dan, play your game. There you go, Dan. There you go. Nice, Dan. Keep it going, Dan. Keep that guard up. There you go, Dan. Keep that shit in there.
It's all right, Dan. No points.
Johan Sema from Counter-Strike. Johan Cena from Counter-Strike.
There you go, Dan.
Over to Matt 4. Where are you at?
Remember, Dan, no points. There you go. Keep going, Dan. Keep going. Oh, nice work, Dan. Nice work, Dan. Nice work.
Pete, you ready? Vani Sane from Sparta Martial Arts and Lance King from Rising Sun. Matt 3.
Nice work.
Texton, you ready for